All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to get a little personal. We are talking about family. Specifically, how to talk about your family in German. Ready? Let's dive in.
So you know your family, right? Of course you do. But how do you actually introduce them in German? You've got the people, but maybe not the words. Well, that's exactly what we're going to fix today.
First up, let's meet the family. We've got to start with the core vocabulary, the absolute essentials.
Okay, so we have Vater, Mutter, Bruder, Schwester. Father, mother, brother, sister. Simple enough. But look at that first column. See the der and die? That's the gender of the noun. Der is masculine, die is feminine. I know, it seems like a small detail, but trust me, getting this down now is going to make everything else so much easier.
Now, what's the magic phrase for introducing someone? It's super simple. It's just das ist, which literally means this is. Try it. Das ist. See? You're already sounding great.
Oh, and a quick heads up about plurals. Sometimes the word changes a little bit. So der Bruder becomes die Brüder, and die Schwester becomes die Schwestern. Don't stress about memorizing this right now, just kind of file it away for later.
All right, let's add a few more key people to our list. We've got die Eltern, that's parents, then der Freund for a male friend, and die Freundin for a female friend. And whoa, look at that last one, das Kind for child. Yep, that's das, the third German gender, neuter.
Okay, we've got the nouns down. Now let's make it yours. How do we go from saying the father to saying my father?
So here's the deal. To say my in German, you've got two main options, mine and meine. And figuring out which one to use, it's actually way easier than you think.
It all comes down to a super simple two-step rule. Step 1, just look at the noun's gender. Is it der or die? Step 2, if it's a der noun, you use mine. If it's a die noun, you use meine. That's the whole secret. Really.
Let's see it in action, because this is where it clicks. Remember der Vater? It's a der word, so it's das ist mein Vater. And die Mutter, that's a die word, so it's das ist meine Mutter. See? It all goes back to the gender we talked about. Nail this, and you're going to sound so much more natural.
Okay, theory time is over. We've got the words, we've got the rule. Let's see how this all plays out in a real conversation. Let's decode a quick dialogue.
Okay, so picture this. Our friend Anna is showing you a family photo. She points and says, Das ist meine Familie. Das ist mein Vater. Heißt Peter.
Wait, did you catch that? She did it perfectly. Familia is die Familie, feminine. So she said meine Familie. And father is der Vater, masculine. So she said mein Vater. See, it works.
Next, she points to her mom and says, Das ist meine Mutter. Sie heißt Julia.
And there it is again. Mutter is die Mutter, so she uses meine. Once you see this pattern, you'll start noticing it everywhere. You're basically starting to think like a German speaker. It's awesome. Then Mark jumps into the conversation. He says, Ich habe eine Schwester, which just means I have a sister. So it's another way to talk about family, right? Not just pointing them out, but saying who you have. All right, before we finish up, I've got a quick but super important cultural tip for you. This is going to help you use all these words in the right social setting. It's all about how you say you.
So in English, we just have you. But in German, there are two versions. There's du, which is the informal casual you. Think of it as being on a first-name basis. Then there's sie, with a capital S, which is the formal you. You use that for strangers, in business, or any time you want to show respect. And yeah, telling them apart is a pretty big deal.
So when you're talking with friends or talking about your family members, you are 100% in du territory. It's the warm, friendly version, and it's exactly what you'd use for all the situations we've covered today. Which brings me to my final question for you. And look at that word on screen, deine. That's the informal way to say your, the du version. So let me ask you, who is in deine Familie? Go on, give it a try. Take what we learned today. Das ist mein Bruder. Das ist meine Mutter. You can totally do this.